Okay, so my name is Kara Gaditis, and this is, and I'm Lily Rolson, and we are going to prove to you why we believe that Bruno Hussar is the greatest peacemaker and deserves this award. So the early life of Bruno Hussar would be that he was born in Cairo, Egypt in 1911 to non-practicing Jewish parents. He was raised to speak three languages, English, French, and Italian, and at 18 years old, his father died.
Shortly after moving to France, his best friend died. This tragedy caused Hussar to begin rethinking the meaning of life. In attempts to understand the deeper meaning of life, Hussar began to read the Bible, and through this he found a connection between both Christianity and Judaism, which is what he grew up with.
Okay, so through his discovery of the Bible and reading it, he decided that with the respect of his mother guiding his decision that he would become a Catholic priest. And in reflection to this, he says, I feel I have four selves. I really am a Christian and a priest. I really am a Jew. I really am an Israeli. And if I don't really feel I am an Egyptian, I do feel really close to the Arabs whom I know and love.
Hussar was asked to spend a year in Israel in attempts to find ways to establish a Dominican Center for Jewish Studies there. Eventually, through hard work and dedication on behalf of Hussar, the center was established and approved. This was a stepping stone for a lot of other interfaith harmony projects by Bruno Hussar, including consulting to the Israeli delegations to the General Assembly of the United Nations and conducting congresses of Christian and Jewish dialogue.
Okay, so in 1967, Hussar realized that there was a great need for peace and reconciliation between the Israelites and the Palestinians, and this was brought to attention through the Six-Day War, which is a really gruesome war between the two races. He realized that they must share experiences in human life to really get along. So he began the Nev Shalom, or also known as the Waha al Shalom, which means the oasis of peace in both Palestinian and
Hussar envisioned a village where Palestinians and Israelites could live in the same street, play in the same grounds, and attend the same schools peacefully. Though this sounded like a great idea, he didn't have the money or the land. But in 1969, Bruno Hussar's prayers were answered by a Trappist monastery who leased him 100 acres of land for 100 years for minuscule rent.
So we say that the Oasis of Peace wasn't built in a day. Hussar and his friends worked diligently on the land that hadn't been cultivated or inhabited at all since the 14th century. They worked in harsh conditions, which included scorpions and snakes all around them, but didn't have roads, electricity, or water. And Hussar actually lived here for a long period of time in only an 8-foot cube, which he cut a window and a door out of. And he believed in his dream, but after so long of just being knocked down, he said that he wasn't going to continue unless they found money or family actually, people began to actually live in the village and make his dream come true.
He felt that the village wasn't going to happen, and he said that he was looking for a sign and would give it time for a sign, and the sign was a Jewish family arrived in the village, and people actually started to come. The village soon became filled with brave residents that chose a life of peace regardless of the struggle, and heated arguments broke out between the Arab and Jewish adult community, but the two people never gave up. Hussar pointed out, our children do fight, but not between Arabs and Jews, between child to child.
So Hussar's original vision was that it would be a really faith-based community, really connected to God and his Christian-like views. But he actually realized that a lot of people that moved in had agnostic views or led secular lives. And instead of shutting them away and saying that they weren't right, he accepted them because they devoted their lives to peace and brotherly love. So instead of pushing them away, he accepted them, which is the whole idea of the village. So.
Hussar always dreamed of a school that, instead of teaching war as an art, taught peace as an art. In 1978, the art of peace was being taught in a way that allowed individuals to turn their enemies into friends through trading places and acting as if you were a person from the other race. In dialogue, they would have to assume the defense of the other race.
So some accomplishments of both Hassar and his village is that today 50 families call his village home, and the number is expected to grow. Over 45,000 participants have attended the School for Peace. Over 500 people have been trained as moderators to moderate peace between two peoples who are having issues. Hassar itself has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, which was in 1988, and the village itself has been nominated for multiple Peace Prizes.
We found some first-hand experiences of how he impacted others, and one comment was, Bruno did not like to be above other people. His greatness was in his modesty. He did not hesitate to express lack of confidence and sometimes even confusion or helplessness. Another was, there was no distance between Bruno's words and his actions, and it was the way in which he put his beliefs into practice that enabled him to find a common language with people from such different backgrounds and generations. And then finally, there was a poem written about him, and since and an excerpt from it says, because you were looking and finding the beautiful in each person, you had the power to hold and accept. You had the endless patience to dream of a Navi Shalom wa Hati al Salam.
So that is why we think Bruno Hassar should receive this award.